Hello, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to more CSGO news. I hope you guys all enjoy a couple huge stories today. All of those stories will be timestamped down below along with our monthly giveaway, but I hope you guys all enjoy because the first story is very controversial. Feel free to leave a comment down below what you guys think about this, as recent reports out there now hitting the news is apparently once rapper or still a rapper Soulja Boy is trying to get into the esports scene, which I want to make a dominant standpoint on here. It's also been confirmed by his tweet last night that yes, he will be trying to get into the esports scene, guys. Alleged rumors out there, Overwatch, Fortnite, even a CSGO team in the future, and eventually of course his own organization to have those teams under, which we can assume will probably be called like the Soldiers, because he likes to put his name in front of just about everything he does. I did a little bit of digging for all of you guys who don't want to. You guys can do your own research if you please, but it doesn't take much digging to really unveil this guy's past and his lack of dedication. On top of that, some of his sketchy business ventures that have not worked out, which makes me want to state that Soulja Boy will never be successful in esports, and I wish him the best of luck. Let me not get that wrong, guys. Let me preface by saying I do wish him luck. Anything that gets growth in the esports scene is good for all of us, but if I am wrong, I would gladly eat my words when I do say he will not be successful. A brief look into his past for all of you, because this guy has been around the block time and time again, and all of these have been generally in the last few years, so it's been pretty crazy to see all the things he dips his toes into. One of them being a Subway, which was open, then it was closed, then it was reopened. Apparently workers weren't showing up on time, which I understand. We've all had our troubles with the local Subway, so that's understandable, not really relevant here, so my bad. But also, he dipped his toes into hoverboards, and those were a thing until recent reports, accordingly to them, 75% of the hoverboards he did sell were to fraudulent credit card holders, so he dipped out of that business because he lost a couple $100,000 there. But it wasn't until his rise in technology as well as the gaming industry where eyes have definitely been circling around this guy in terms of sketchiness. First of all, I don't know if you guys don't have these. I certainly do have them, the Soulja emoji, now in the App Store. So if you guys want to text like your guy friends or your girlfriends, emojis of him, that they're pretty cool. They have 5 reviews on the App Store so far. But until recently as well, it was actually Nintendo getting involved, apparently a bit angered by this guy because he's trying to take over the entire gaming industry. If you guys have not seen, first released the Soulja game handheld, which is pretty much just an emulator, but it gets even worse, guys. The next one on the lineup is actually a Soulja Boy Mini, which, if it does sound familiar, Soulja Boy, Game Boy, and they also look pretty gosh dang similar, which of course angered a lot of people out there. But again, wishing him the best of luck. It was next up though, now his fight, and most recently his fight against the console powers, that of course the powerhouses being PS4 and Xbox, as he released, I know you're gonna be surprised, it's a product with his name at the front, which is gonna be a console to compete with those two titans, the longest lasting competitors in the console market. He will take them on as his soldiers are gonna try and fill those lobbies up. I don't see how it's gonna work out, but it could. Obviously I could all be wrong. I'll eat these words in a few years, but it's as of 12 hours ago. Last night he tweets out that he's looking for 17 to 18 year olds, which could be taken clearly out of context, right? He's asking 17 year olds to hit him up, but again, we're not here to joke about this kind of stuff. That did pretty much confirm he is looking to, of course, sign some people for an esports organization. And yeah, of course, rumors said Overwatch or Fortnite or CSGO. I would assume it's going to be Fortnite first. What we're seeing recently is, organizations or just companies can really sign Fortnite players pretty easily. Tournaments are all year long. There's really no restrictions to actually sign people. Alongside that, Overwatch roster lock is pretty much already passed, and you have to sign a lot of people for Overwatch League. And of course, CSGO is 5 players plus a coach and staff, so very unlikely. It probably will be Fortnite first. He'll take a stab at the market, most likely dip out sometime soon after. So he does claim also interviews out there. His friends like Ninja will help him with the business side of things. I just see what I've read so far. You guys can leave a comment down below hating on me and saying, Jake, you're wrong. The Soldiers are going to take off in 2019, and you could be right. I would gladly eat my words, but based off his past, his lack of dedication, we've seen many figures out there. Hector from Optic, Nade Shop 100 Thieves. We see many other people out there as well. People like Envious, the top organizations in the entire world. The level of dedication it takes, level of experience it takes to actually be successful in this market, and even then, top organizations struggle immensely. And on top of that, the number of organizations you guys have cheered for that have disbanded or have lost their teams in a certain esport, it shows the actual struggle in this market, and I highly doubt it will be an absolute miracle if this guy can pull it off. I will say it now and I'll say it again, guys. Soulja Boy will not be successful in esports. And again, one last time, if I am wrong, I'll eat my words, but I'm gonna stick to it. If he's successful, it's a gosh dang miracle. And also on top of that though, some happier news out there, some huge news potentially for CSGO, which I say potentially in a very light manner because if you guys do not know xQc, one of the larger Overwatch streamers who has been banned a fair few times over in the Overwatch scene, is now taking a stab finally at other games. He has a very large viewership, guys, averages right around 20,000 viewers, and that is a huge influx to any other esport out there, especially CSGO with a lack of streamers. He's actually been playing CSGO for a couple days now, and if you guys were curious, he was actually Silver Elite Master, I do believe, when I last checked, until he, unfortunately, this happened.
The round.
You soy boy.
Chat, if you don't know with sevens when he is alive he cannot skip 777,
Yeah, that's right, get banned,
777, 777.
So I'm mentioning this because it's actually huge news. I've always said that, you know, for a game to have a successful following, the streams also make it a huge game on top of that. Of course, CSGO struggling ever since ESL Pro League left the likes of Twitch as well as left the likes of YouTube and now to Facebook. A lot of leagues out there are not allowing their casting to go into things like Twitch, and a Twitch audience like the games like Fortnite really do help the game itself, and so this would obviously help it. Will he stick to CSGO? I find it unlikely, given his nature. He likes to he'll probably bounce around from game to game. If we do get xQc though, he is a great addition to the community. If you guys are fans of his, I've definitely watched his streams in the past, and yes, you can get banned quite a few times in CSGO and still come back to kill teammates and to trash talk, but we'll see what happens in the future. It's still a huge announcement. But also, very lastly, two small announcements for all of you guys. It was actually FREAKAZOiD taking to Twitter just last night because of Betway Esports. He quoted their tweet, apparently denying rumors that he will be joining Ghost Gaming. We've seen this time and time again in the past. I don't know how you guys take this. If he's not going to join Ghost and maybe going to join someone else, maybe Complexity, if he'll stay with Swole Patrol, I don't mind it either way, but apparently for now, a subtle denial of that rumor. He didn't necessarily say that he's not joining, so I take that into fact, but I don't doubt Decay, guys. I don't doubt his reports. I still think FREAKAZOiD will join somewhere, and the only question is now, if it's not Ghost Gaming, where will it be in North America? But very lastly as well, it's also Byali posting to his Instagram a picture of himself in a Virtus Pro jersey with the quote, bonkers, which pretty much confirms now the future of that Virtus Pro roster. We can assume to like the 99%, guys, is going to be the return of Snacks, the return of Byali, so you could argue the golden era is halfway back, but you know, to each his own, alongside Snatchy, Mihu, and Tao from HEO will be their 5-man roster. I would say on paper, it looks like a pretty decent roster. I will not predict anything. I will not predict these guys to finish top anything until I see them play together. So that's supposedly going to be the Virtus Pro roster. We'll see those rumors do line up. But on top of that, very lastly, this is my last day, my last video before Christmas break. I will see you guys after 5 days, but I did pre-record a couple of episodes, only 2 episodes about some pretty cool videos out there. One is about Danger Zone, one is an entire recap about Optic India because some new stuff has happened about that. But until then though, I wish you all a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever the other holidays are. I apologize for not remembering. It's now holiday break for me. This is my last CSGO video. I will see you all back here though next Wednesday should be the day. So I cannot wait for that day, guys. And once I'm back, I am sure over the next 5 days, we're going to have some huge roster moves coming, and I will be here to cover all of it for you. So just one last thank you to all of you guys who've been leaving comments down below. I'll try and reply to as many as I can today and tomorrow. And for all the subscribers out there, all the people who like my videos, who follow me on Twitter, you guys are amazing. I've loved uploading videos the past month or so. The past 2 months have just been incredibly fun with all of you to see the growth here, and I just can't thank you all enough. So again, happy holidays, everyone. I'll be back here in 5 days to cover all the awesomeness, and yeah, I'll see you guys all then, and until then, goodbye. 678 999 8212, baby.